Like many others, the two men joined the presidential campaign of National Unity Platform leader Robert Kyagulanyi at the very start in November 2020. Some of Robert Kyagulanyi's right-hand men were his personal bodyguard, Edward Sebufu, also known as Eddie Mutwe, and fellow singer Ali Buken, also known as Nubian Li. The two endured the various altercations with the police and the army. But in December, during a campaign trail in Kalangala, police and army encircled them and arrested the entire team. Kyagulanyi was then separated from the arrested team and airlifted to his home in Magere. Those arrested were charged with possession of military stores in the UPDF court martial. After spending half a year in prison, the duo and others were released on Monday. Today, Eddie Mutwe, Nubian Li and others gathered at Robert Kyagulanyi's residence in Magere for a private meeting. Many were meeting for the first time since the year began. In an emotional interview, Eddie Mutwe shared what he went through during his arrest.
Buli omu yali ku mpingo ze ne batuteeka munda mu police station ye Kalangala. Tutuuka mu police munda tebaatuggyako mpingo ekitakirizibwa mu mateeka ne batuyingiza munda mu kaduukulu buli omu era ng'ali ku mpingo ne batufuuyira pepper spray mu buli room mwe twali.
Sebufu later broke down as he narrated his experience under military detention.
N'oggyako essaati yo ne bakugamba jjamu empale. N'oggyamu empale, jjako masiki, jjamu stokisi, ne box eyo jambulemu. Mugamba ate lwaki? N'agamba jjamu ganye omu n'akookinga. Ne bakuza ebbali, eri bonna we bakulaba ne bagaagaziya amagulu, kutama wansi. Senga ndabaawo batugyamu kitiibwa kyaffe eky'obusajja.
Nubian Li and Eddie Mutwe said that they were perplexed when they were charged with possession of 4 bullets before the military court-martial in Machinde, together with over 40 suspects who had appeared before the same court over the same charges. It is alleged that they were arrested with possession of those bullets around Makere in January 2021, but the two and others were arrested in December 2020, which means that they committed the alleged crime when they were still under detention.
Netudde ntugamba nga ssatu twali mikono gyabwe be baatulina. Ate batusanga ddi Makerere ne batukwatirayo ate ne batuvuga batutwala e Masaka.
On his return from prison, Sebufu realized he had missed the birth of his son.
Twamuzaalanga ennaku z'omwezi 27. Mwana mulenzi. Era olwakomyewo essanyu ly'owadde olaba eryo lye nabadde nalyo mukama wange.
Meanwhile, Ali Buken, also known as Nubian Li, was kept in the same cell with Eddie Mutwe.
Many people in one truck, everyone over the other person, and while they were taking us to Kalangala cells, these guys would step over our heads to move in the lorry. Like if you wanted to go to the front side, he would step over your heads.
When they were transferred to Chitaria prisons, they had hoped to experience a better environment, but it was not to be.
You find that you are supposed to be sleeping about 100 people in a ward, but you find that they bundle up inmates, over 300 inmates to the other. In that when they're trying to find space for you to sleep, this RP has to stand between two people and then try to push them aside to create space for you to sleep, and then they will push you in that space.
Nubian Li, a musician and close friend to Kyagulanyi, says his family has been most hit by his absence.
By the time they arrested me, we had just given birth to a little boy, and before I was arrested, I think I was his best person at home. Even whenever I would try to go out, he would chase after me. He really wanted to go with me wherever. So the first time they came over to visit me, this kid could not remember me anymore. I remember when I tried to go out and hold this baby, and the baby just cried, running away from me.
Like Eddie Mutwe, Nubian Li says he needs treatment for the psychological breakdown.
I'm dealing with it bits by bits, because yesterday when they released us. Still in the night, I would wake up over and over, thinking that I'm still in jail. And when I think of my friends, the innocent people I've left behind, it really hurts me.
Besides the bad memories and challenges Nubian endured, the two say not everything was bad.
I remember one time, it was the 1st January 2021. There is one fella who came, a military guy at Kasijagirwa. He came and said, "Hey Nubian, today is fast." He came with a big bottle of Minute Maid, and then he opened it and he drank bits of it. Said, "You know, you might think that I'm going to poison you, but I'm doing this out of a goodwill. This is my New Year's present to you." And then he also brought a small mattress because we were sleeping on a bare floor.
Nubian Li says he's now trying to bond with his children to compensate for the lost time when he was away. But the memories of what he went through will never fade. Sudil Byarhanga, NTV.